Alpha Dracthyr paced outside the feeding chamber, his frustration manifesting in the clicking of his claws against metal. Behind him, 5 members of his pack waited anxiously, their ears flat against their skulls. The situation was unprecedented and, frankly, embarrassing. The cubs were starving themselves. For 3 days, the Zorvathi young had refused food. Every offering had been rejected. Fresh meat, nutrient supplements, even prey animals released live into their habitat. The cubs would sniff the food, whine, and retreat to their corner. The pack's best caregivers had tried everything. Nothing worked. Then the human arrived. Lieutenant Emma Chun walked into the observation deck with her characteristic unhurried stride, carrying a standard-issue meal tray. She'd been working in the xenobiology lab when the emergency call came through. The Zorvathi were allies, their pack stationed on the joint military outpost for diplomatic training. Losing their cubs to starvation would be a disaster. "They won't eat," Dracthyr growled, his translator rendering the sound into clipped English. "We have tried everything. This has never happened. Cubs always eat. It is instinct." Emma studied the security footage, watching the cubs huddle together, ignoring perfectly good food. Then she noticed something the Zorvathi had missed. Every time a handler entered, the cubs' stress marker spiked. Their ears would pin back. Their tails would tuck. "They're terrified," Emma said quietly. "Impossible. These are their pack members. Family. Maybe. But they're also huge compared to the cubs. Apex predators." Emma set down her tray. "Let me try something." Dracthyr's objection died as Emma entered the habitat. The cubs immediately noticed her, small, soft, moving slowly. Not pack, their instinct said, but also not threat. This creature couldn't hunt them, even if it wanted to. Emma sat down cross-legged on the floor, placing food portions around her in a circle. Then she simply waited, pulling out her datapad and reading, completely ignoring the cubs. Curiosity overcame caution. The smallest cub crept forward, drawn by the smell of food and the non-threatening presence. It sniffed Emma's hand. She didn't move. The cub took a small piece of meat. Emma glanced up and smiled. "Good boy." The sound was gentle, approving. The cub's tail wagged once. Then it began to eat. Within minutes, its siblings joined, forming a circle around the human, eating while she read. In the observation deck, Dracthyr's confusion was absolute. I do not understand. Why does this work?" The pack's behavioral specialist, Corva, studied her scanner readings. "The cub's stress hormones have normalized completely. Their heart rates are steady. They feel safe, but we are their pack. We raise them." "Yes," Corva said slowly, "but we are also apex predators. Our presence triggers their survival instincts on some level, submit or flee. But the human—" She gestured at Emma, who was now gently petting one cub while it ate. "She triggers no threat response. She is too small, too weak. To the cub's instincts, she cannot dominate them. So they relax." "This is absurd," Dracthyr muttered. "My cubs trust prey more than predators?" For 2 weeks, Emma visited 3 times daily. She'd sit, read, and let the cubs eat around her. Sometimes she'd tell them stories about Earth in her soft voice. The cubs would listen, their heads tilted, processing sounds they couldn't understand but found comforting nonetheless. Gradually, they began accepting food from pack members again, but only if Emma was present first. She'd enter, settle down, and give them the confidence to accept the larger, more intimidating Zorvathi. "Your species has a strange power," Dracthyr admitted one evening, watching Emma scratch behind a cub's ear while it devoured its meal. "Safe." Emma laughed. "It's not power. It's just, we're not scary. We're basically the galaxy's comfort animals." "Comfort animals," Dracthyr repeated, testing the phrase. "Yes, perhaps that is humanity's true strength. Not that you are dangerous, but that you make danger feel unnecessary." The cubs, full and content, piled around Emma like she was their true pack mother. She sat there, buried under 200 pounds of predator puppies, grinning. "Worth it," she said. The report filed that week introduced a new military protocol, human personnel recommended for xenobiological stress reduction. The galaxy's warriors had found an unexpected use for humanity, not as soldiers, but as the emotional support the soldiers needed. And the cubs? They grew into fierce warriors themselves.